is David Leck, and I'm here to show you how to shuck an oyster. I work for Taylor Shellfish Farms here in the Melrose Market in Capitol Hill, and we have an array of different oysters here that you can come and taste at any time. The oyster I'm going to show you how to shuck is called a shigoku, and it's a Pacific oyster farmed out of Willapa Bay near South Bend, Washington, and it's a really delicious oyster. Being at home, you're going to want to put it on some type of cutting board with a towel so you don't lose the oyster. You want to get the knife so it's about that far into the oyster, into the hinge right here, and that way the knife's just pretty much stuck in there. You don't need to go too far in there. And once you're at this point, you just twist your wrist with the knife and pop the hinge just like that. And then once the hinge is popped open, you can slide the knife right underneath that top shell once you get to that muscle, and you just cut it from the muscle like that. Now you got the top shell off the oyster, and then what you want to do is go underneath and cut it from the bottom part of the oyster so it's fully free from the shell. It's mainly just a scraping motion from the shell. You don't need to cut into it or anything. And if you keep the oyster steady enough, you can keep all the liquor in there. When purchasing your oysters, you always want to ask to see the oyster tag, and it'll say on there when the oysters were harvested, the harvest date, and it'll say when they're shipped to wherever you're purchasing the oysters from. So then you'll know exactly how old they are. Always give it a nice smell. You want it to smell like the sea. You want it to smell really fresh. Man, these are good. It's a good oyster.
Off the hinge, okay.
Bring it right up that top right hand corner, the other side of that.
Oh, the top right hand.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. All right.
Yeah.
And then
Get all the grit out of there.
you want to just with your finger like this, but you want to hold it straight so that the liquor doesn't get lost, right? And then as far as
Cutting it from the bottom
cutting it from
side.
just from here,
Well,
maybe.
so it's right here, so you want to go in right through here. Right through here. And then
Nice.
pull it right back with you. I'll use my thumb a little bit. That way you just cut the muscle right from there.
Right. Okay, there I go. Watch this. You ready? I love oysters.